Hello and welcome to the DSP Project, your weekly fix of music production and technology. I'm your host Rupert Brown, and this week I will be reviewing the London 12, which is a set of acoustic panels designed for sort of small to medium-sized studios. It is of course made by Primacoustic. Now I already had some acoustic treatment here in the studio. I had some no-name foam on the first reflection points, as well as three large homemade bass traps that I'd made, and they did a fairly good job as far as the frequency response in the room was concerned, I think. But when you clap your hands, you sort of get like this, a bit of a flutter echo type thing still bouncing around, and so I kind of wanted more fiberglass up on the walls to try and deal with that. So I spoke to Primacoustic and I said, sort of, what have you got for something about my size room? And they recommended this kit. So first of all, let's look at what you get in the kit. The broadband panel, 120 centimeters by 60 centimeters by 5 centimeters. This is basically designed to be kind of the bass trap, and as you can see, it's quite large this way, but not too fat on the sides there. Control columns, which are again 120 by 30 centimeters by 5 centimeters deep, so you can see them there. So these are designed to go on your kind of side walls. These ones have got also really a nice bevel here, which I think looks quite good. The other nice thing about these panels is while they're made of fiberglass, they're treated with some sort of a resin, so that they're actually kind of firm to the touch, not soft, so they sort of hang nicely. Also, if you've ever tried making your own acoustic panels like I have out of fiberglass, you'll know it's a particularly horrible substance to deal with. It's scratchy and nasty and yeah, just horrible. So that's all avoided when you buy one of these. You get these nice panels. These are the scatter blocks, 30 centimeters by 30 centimeters by 2.5 centimeters thick. It's all made of the same fiberglass type material with the resin on it. These are designed to go on the wall behind you in a sort of a scattered pattern, so that you sort of block them out and you get some wall, some absorption, and that way you get some reflections from behind you. So they're basically teeing this up as kind of a live end, dead end type system, where you have most of your absorbent material at the front of the studio, and then sort of a more live, i.e. reflective surface behind you, so it sounds a bit more natural. If you deaden the entire room too much, then it's basically it will suck your brains out your ears, because you naturally need some kind of reflections for it to sound natural, or else it just sounds really freaking weird. Okay, so now let's look at the install process. So here you can see my old foam, which is basically stuck to a bit of sort of picture board. You can see pictures of my victims on the back there, and a bit of blue tack, which is what kept it in place. Here's my old bass traps, quite deep and quite heavy and green. So now we're measuring up for the new panels using level to make sure that when I drill the holes, everything's going to line up all nice and square. Here's the impaler plates. I'm just marking out the holes in the impaler plates using a Makita drill. I highly recommend borrowing a good drill if you can. It makes a huge difference in the install process. Then we push in the little plastic lug fitting things, and you'll see I use my special Makita hammer there. And now I've gone for a cup of tea, and coming back now, and we're just screwing the impalers into the wall. And two, and still screwing them in, job done. Now fitting the panels is pretty easy. They basically just stab into the fiberglass, so I line it up with a little line that I made with my level, and then sort of just ease them on, push them on, and kind of just stab them into place. Okay, so now I'm just repeating that process down this is the left wall of putting the plates in and putting the panels on top. And the kit comes with 8 panels, so I have 4 on each wall. Okay, so now on the rear wall behind me, this is where I'm fitting the scatter blocks. So first I take the level to create a few lines that are basically level, and then I'm just using the outline of one of the scatter blocks to mark out exactly where I want each of the panels to go in kind of a checkerboard pattern. I then use an impaler to mark out all the holes where I need to drill to fit the impalers to the wall. And now I think I'm going through with the drill there and making the holes for the impalers, and apparently fitting the impalers. Did a quick check with the first two just to make sure that it was all going to work as expected. You can see I'm using the special Makita hammer to fit the little plugs in the wall. Next come the impalers. Obviously didn't take this long in real life. I've just slowed it down so you can see the detail of exactly what I'm doing. And now fitting the panels. Again, just pushing them on, and the impalers basically do exactly that, impale or stab straight into the fiberglass. Job done. Oh, not quite. There you go. In the end, this whole process was actually pretty easy to install. The only thing I really had trouble with was getting the pencil marks off the wall at the end. That's it for this week. Join me next week and we'll do some measurements and find out how much of a difference these panels actually made.